more money than me because you don't have to work for your.
Nice! Nice!
That's what we're doing today? Come on, take your phone out of the way. Hey.
I will hold his leg. Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Couch. Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Comics, Couch, and Commentary here at the Dryings Lair. Again, we have a couch. It's not as comfortable as the red couch, but it's still a couch. Yeah. So we are here to do our weekly reviews, and we also just a little talk. These two just came back from MegaCon.
Yeah,
MegaCon.
Good time.
Cetus Lapidus Comics.
Yeah, we got Cetus Lapidus Comics, we got Ferrer Comics, we got Bernie Comics,
And we got
Wu-Tang
Warriors.
And we got the guy that buys the comics.
Yeah. I'm the money man.
He's at G right here. Lick him up, string a bell, hook you up. Anyways, we're gonna do our weekly reviews today. Let's start with something different. Let's start with Angel because I know Angel did a lot of comics this week.
I did. So I read. Of the 4 books I pulled, I did read 2. Kneel Before Zod and the new Venom that came out. The Kneel Before Zod is issue number 2, which seems like a long time ago that we reviewed number 1.
Well, that's because you got to review it before we.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so
and so this one, Kneel Before Zod, was okay. It's came out this week. It's a good, strong issue. It continued that whole Zod kind of maybe turning a page on who he is from a dictator of war. There's a nice little twist at the end that kind of gives you a little bit more backstory or insight into the House of Zod. And stuff. So it's just them kind of setting up and preparing for war. But the big one is the new Venom book, which essentially it's Eddie Brock or a Venom Civil War, right? So it's Venom versus Venom. So if you've been reading Venom, and I know Lissandro's been reading Venom, he's been getting on to me about reading it.
What's Lissandro?
Oh, he's this mystery guy that's always behind the camera.
What are we talking about?
Got us. But so.
One day we'll have him on.
Yeah, so essentially earlier in the series, Eddie Brock was killed, and then he was transported into what's essentially their symbiote heaven, whatever. And it turns out that every Venom he was running into was a version of Eddie at some point in time. And then the big dog on there was Meridius, and so this was a big, like the culmination of the big fight. Now there is an appearance at the end that, depending on who you are and if you've been reading, you're either going to like it or not like it. But it comes to a head, and you find out who killed Dylan. You find out who the big dog is, and it sets up a really good story. So if you're a fan of Venom, you're a fan of symbiotes in general, I highly recommend. Yes. But those are the two picked up. Highly recommend both, especially if Kneel Before Zod is a solid issue number 2, but if you're a fan of Venom and you're a fan of the mythos that's been put out here lately, I definitely pick up Venom. Okay. The latest issue of Venom.
Okay. I only read 1 comic this week.
Oh, nice.
Pulling a you?
Pulling your jaws.
I'm talking. Yeah. So I read the new Thundercats book, and I'm happy.
The what? What'd you read?
I already said it. So, pretty much like the cartoons, right? Like I love that they stick to the original story. Starts with starship, planet blows up, and then pretty much the kids have to learn how to be adults. They aged while they were in transport, and they just wake up with adult bodies. So
all of them are in there.
It's pretty much So it's pretty much
Chitara, all of them.
Pantro, Chitara,
Tigra, all of them.
Tigra are teaching Lionel how to be a king and how to be an adult.
Oh, so just
it's
like
original. It's original, like 100% just how the cartoon and how the volume 1 everything started.
Right. Tigra's giving you a run for that facial hair.
No, bro, his shit goes all the way down. I'll rock it if I could. I'll fucking rock it. But yeah, super. I love the art. It was a really fun read. At the end, I'm not gonna spoil it. The end got me. The end was good. It was a good ending. Can't wait for issue 2. The end was fucking badass. I like it. this is 100% a must. 100% a must. This is probably the best non-Marvel or DC book that I've read in a very long time.
Oh, so it's better than Transformers?
Yeah, that's what I was going to chime in.
Well, this is issue. The thing is, it could be, but this is only the first issue. Did you thought that Transformers, when you read the first Transformers or the first Void Rivals, did you thought it was gonna be such a good story?
First Void Rivals, yes.
You're fucking lying.
As soon as Jetfire came out, he was.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Jetfire on there, I was
Well, that's
sold.
what happened with me as soon as I saw Jack at the end. Well, you go, so we're in the same boat.
And he spoiled it.
Exactly. Oh, exactly.
You caused him to spoil it. He said he
No,
wasn't
I
going to
didn't cause
spoil
him
it.
Now
Listen,
edit that
hold on.
part.
What did I read this week? I read 2 books.
What?
Yeah,
I
man,
feel
I'm
like, I feel like the man.
Two?
I read like 4.
Wow.
Two.
Yeah,
I
that's slacked out.
overachieved this week.
Oh, snap.
So this week is another Ultimate book came out, right? So we had Ultimate Spider-Man was the first one, right? And so now we had the second Ultimate book in the universe, Ultimate Black Panther. I like Black Panther. I haven't been happy with the last couple of runs just because I'm tired of seeing him being exiled. Like, yo, you're a king, let's be a king, let's do king shit.
Okay.
Right?
Go out in outer space.
Who?
Or
Yeah.
go out in outer
Oh,
space.
right, yeah. What was it? Galactic? Yeah, okay, anyway.
That was a good run.
Yeah. But, so, Spider-Man was so good, I was like, okay, I'm going to dive head first and just want to see what's cracking. It's a little bit slow, but as Angel will say, it's got to do world building, right? So Ultimate Spider-Man was the same way, but let's talk about Black Panther. Since it's the Ultimate Universe, Maker has changed things, so as these books come out, things are going to be different than this is not your grandpa's Black Panther, right?
Right.
He has a
Nick's
different...
Black Panther. Nick's Black Panther.
But yeah, I mean, that Black Panther.
Not that much farther than him.
Yeah, but like Nick's Black Panther had like no detail. It was just a black suit.
There's a Black Panther.
All right,
That's
anyway.
right, Nick. He did have lines in his gloves.
Hey, that's good.
Okay,
That's good.
so, it's like G.I. Joe. It's good. All right, anyway. So, Black Panther, he's not married to Storm, right? Him and Okoye. So Okoye has given up her Dorja Milaje general status. They're married.
Dude, you know I didn't even think about that.
What's that?
I didn't
You didn't even.
I didn't think about that.
Look at that.
I didn't think about that because now we've been used to the Marvel universe. Him being married to Storm, blows my mind now. You and I didn't think about it.
So him and Okoye are married, and he is going about things in a diplomatic sense, right?
Yes,
Like
yes.
he's out there, he's ruling Wakanda the way that he thinks it should be ran. As Angel was telling me, he's got his spies out, he's got his hidden people out there doing their thing, and they're reporting back. And he's still just kind of, I'm gonna be a king. let me rule things and keep peace and everything that's going on. Shuri's there. Shuri doesn't agree, but anyway, there's a new threat to Wakanda. Khonshu and or Ra Khonshu.
So Ra is the
Ra
god.
and
Ra-
Khonshu.
Ra-
and
Khonshu
Khonshu.
is, I guess, the religion.
Well,
'cause
both of them together. Ra and
Yeah,
Khonshu,
I'm not a big buff on Moon Knight,
stuff like that.
but they're causing havoc in Wakanda, and T'Challa, he's got his scouts out there seeing what's going on, and they report back, and they're telling him what's happened, and Shuri is like, yo, let's get busy, let's get cracking, right? And T'Challa is more like, we'll see what's going on, and she immediately challenges the king. She's like, father would have did something, right? And he kind of gets out of his chair and he's like, yo, let's squash that. So anyway, getting through that, there's an appearance towards the end of the book that you really weren't expecting, and I don't want to ruin it because I really want you guys to check it out when you read it. But anyway, he shows up, somebody else that you wouldn't even imagine shows up, and they're in a relationship, and you're just like, what the, right? But it's an excellent story. I think it's a good second release in the Ultimate Universe to keep things rolling. Next up for the Ultimate Universe is Ultimate X-Men.
Yep.
So I definitely encourage you to come to the Dragon's Lair. Well, obviously you can't come to the Dragon's Lair right now and pick up any number ones because they are sold out.
But you can wait for the second printing.
Yep, second printing is coming. But definitely pick it up. It's Black History Month. Do your thing. Wakanda forever.
Take
but,
two?
No, yeah. Talk about that later. But no, nonetheless, definitely come to the Dragon's Lair
again.
And come.
We want to see that energy when it comes to the other half
Ultimate
of
X-Men.
your.
I want to see that energy when it's
you know how to do some.
Because that is half you too. You know?
Yeah, man. Hey, I embrace both sides, bro.
I want to see that energy March 1st when it's the rest of the year.
The writer's gonna have a hell of a time editing this video. I'll tell you that.
Nick like that. Nick was over there going this.
I did not say it. I did not say it. Yeah. All right. So
Writer, edit that out.
Get it right.
That shit stopped recording again.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
You're bullshit.
You gotta have to.
I'm not doing it. So Ultimate Black Panther, definitely recommend it. Second book I read was Wolverine Magipore Knights, #1. I was all into Uncanny X-Men 268 with that iconic cover of Cap, Black Widow, and Wolverine.
Jim Lee.
Yep, by Jim Lee,
the original,
one of the greatest. So this kind of picks up after that story. You have Wolverine in his Puck outfit. Excuse me, not Puck. Patch.
Christ.
Bro, look, this is my second take. I already had it done right the first time.
I already explained everything.
All right. Anyway, so he's in his patch uniform. Psylocke is there. Jubilee is there. And Black Widow are there. They're kind of walking around Magipore, seeing what's cracking. And it just gets popping after a little bit of internal monologue from Wolverine. The hand crashes through the window, Cap's flying in, and Wolverine's monologue, he's like, I can tell you, that man can make a hand. Yeah. Right? So, they're getting busy, handling stuff. Psylocke, she's having some internal issues with herself. Her confidence is down. She don't think she can get it cracking like how she should.
Because the hand, all her stuff is mental.
Yeah. So she's got the what is it, the
side dagger.
The side dagger. She hits one and like that thing just keeps coming, and then she's like, oh, that's right. Like this hand stuff isn't affected by any of my things or whatever. And
she picks up a regular sword.
Yeah, she gets into it. Jubilee is throwing fireworks and firecrackers all over the place. But anyway, through that, Wolverine reveals in his monologue again that like, oh, my healing factor doesn't work. Sidebar: why does this dude's healing factor never work? Like that's what makes Wolverine. Like,
he needs energizer batteries.
What you say? He needs his Apple update.
iOS.
Yeah, his iOS needs.
When iOS is up, if you don't get it, then
there's a new version of his healing factor that he needs to download or purchase.
So from what I understand, this takes place back around that time, right? Because it's not a new book. It's the time is, I guess, in the 90s when this was going on. So.
Yeah, he was having some issues. He was having some performance issues.
They sell a pill for that. Might help.
So, they're getting into it, and they end up getting rescued by some entity or group of people that I really don't know who they are.
They seem like they're the Magipore, like the Magipore kind of like police or
something like that. But Wolverine knows who they are, and they have a reunion, and they're talking, and they go back off into the fight, and Wolverine understands the mission. He knows what needs to happen, so he tells Psylocke, and he's like, "Hey, look, I need you to take care of Jubilee, handle things and whatever." And Cap,
you're useless.
Yeah, right. And Cap is kind of like, well, hey, we getting the band back together. It's like the Blues Brothers. Like, are we back? Like, we doing this?
We're on a mission for God.
Right. And Natasha, she already knows she knows what's happening, right? And they have a real cheesy moment where they're just like, hey, put your hand in, and there's hands here, and they're like, go, Will Bundy. They have a Will Bundy moment, and then on to issue number 2.
Yeah, overall it was a 90s book.
Yeah,
like
it was.
Just made it sound good. He made it sound good.
But it was.
Who was the writer?
Sal's favorite.
Claremont?
Yeah, it's Chris Claremont.
And
the artwork was.
He made it sound good. Like for real, you made it sound good.
Because of the nostalgia, I liked it. The cover art was amazing, and then the interiors were kind of
the interiors. It was like interiors. It was like a '90s guy trying to draw Jim Lee. It was generic.
Look, nonetheless, I'll probably pick up number 2, just to see where the story is going. But those are the 2 books that I read this week.
Okay, cool. I guess the first one I'll talk about is again Avengers Twilight. That book, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when
You can't see it.
Like you just like man, you don't know. Like you obviously want to be on Cap's side,
yes,
right? But in the same breath, like the world is like, hey, look, you old fuddy duddy, go sit down somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but they don't get it because that's how they,
right.
It's like if everybody grew up in the pandemic now,
Yeah.
and they didn't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
But man, it's still a remarkable book. And they've definitely taken the homage to The Dark Knight because every book has the lightning bolt cover with a villain, one of the heroes coming in the back.
Yeah.
And man, definitely a great book.
Bro.
I can't. What
Luke Cage slapped the shit out of Captain America.
Yes. So there's a part.
I haven't read it.
So there's a part where he's like, woe's me, basically,
yeah, Cap's wallowing in his
because
he's upset.
He goes on camera and he says something. He tries to get the people to understand.
And he gives them the rally speech, like, hey, look, we can control this. Things are not what you see, and he's just crushed and hurt because nobody wanted to hear it. And Luke Cage says, "Stop acting like a bitch."
Man up.
He said, "We ain't got time for this."
Yeah, so that was Avengers Twilight 2 we're talking about.
Yeah.
So definitely, I'm gonna give it away. It's a really good read. Definitely. And the other one I read was the Wolverine number 42. Oh
42.
my god.
Yeah.
Bro.
And it's, we didn't get a chance to talk about this because you guys were MegaCon.
Bro.
Do a video. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a book. The first we were like, it's good. Let's go. And then the next issue,
They upped it.
and they upped it. You're right. Oh man.
When they strung him up.
Yep.
But I mean, like he bought back Omega Red's adamantium, the whips he had. When he strung him up, I was like, well, he
But the slaughter that was going on,
Bro.
oh my
like when
god!
he did those poor little men in there.
Bro, he
Killing the kids,
Yeah.
killing everybody. And all we can do is just he's like that, and he did what he had to do to get down. It was pretty great. So definitely Wolverine. I'm not giving a big review because I want you to really just check these out.
Yeah.
Right now, Marvel's got some fantastic books from the Ultimate line to the Avengers Twilight to this Wolverine.
Marvel is starting off with a bang this year. Look,
for sure.
You know a man is about his business when he comes to a fight with nubs.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
With nubs.
Exactly. Exactly. And I guess I read the.
Wait, sorry. What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
All right, go ahead.
And what's the other one I read? The new Batman. So I have not read Batman in like a year. I've not read Batman in like a year because
you got the man behind the camera a little upset right now.
He's very upset because so I'd finally decided to read the Batman because they brought the Joker back. So I'll be honest with you guys. I was like, okay, the first issue was.
Oh, you're talking about Joker Year 1?
Yes, the Joker Year 1.
Okay.
It was good, but you guys have hyped this up so much for me. Was the other story like? Have you guys read?
How do you feel when people do that to you?
What the Batman?
Did you read the newest one? So is the other stuff on par with it, or is it better?
You talk about the Joker Year 1?
No, compared to the other
previous. It's on. I would say if was it Gang War?
Yeah.
Gotham War was probably on par with this one, but I think this Year 1 is only going to be
like 4 issues.
Yeah, 4 issues and stuff.
I like the Joker aspect of it. Sure.
I like what they're doing. What they're finally doing is they're canonizing who the Joker is. Right?
For sure.
Not giving a real big insight into him.
Failed comic, right?
What's that?
Failed comic.
Yeah, so they're doing the essentially the Killing Joke, right? The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Well, some of the Killing Joke or Batman Year 1.
Yeah.
Really, it's Batman Year 1 from the Scott Snyder.
Yes.
Scott Snyder run.
Or it's called Year 0.
Year 0. Batman Year 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talk
that's
about
the Joker. Yeah.
Because that's where it's taking place. Because he talks about.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it, that they tied that into Scott Snyder's thing. So it's
Which is New 52.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
Which is New 52.
Which is
by the
kind of
way.
weird because he gets back in zero year and he talks about he had this, the Riddler, and all that stuff going on. But that was actually pretty good. I was expecting more, but you know it's just the first issue.
Yeah.
But it was like I said, it's been a while since I read Batman, so that was kind of a breath of fresh air for me. And then what else? I read like 4 books. I can't remember the Madripoor, which you know it was okay. But we made it sound good to Mike.
I was thinking about picking it up. I'm not lying.
Well, I guess a review, you know, just. But
I'm probably gonna pick it up.
I mean, that's what I read that I could remember. I read something else and I just can't remember what it was.
The newspaper.
Yes, the newspaper. So he goes, I read like 4 books. What was the other one? I took a picture of it. I can't look at it because the phone's up there.
You did. You posted what you read.
6 hours later.
It was Ultimate Black Panther, which was good as well.
Yeah.
You guys had to explain some stuff to me. I said, okay, well, I kind of understand now.
Yeah.
But man, Marvel's putting out so many good books right now. It's crazy. They like to start the year with a bang.
Yeah.
What do you give your Dragonhead?
I'll give it a solid. I mean, it's issue 1. I like the art. I like the story. I'll give it a solid. I'll give it a solid 4.
4 Dragonheads.
4 Dragonheads, yeah.
4 Dragonheads.
All right. That's for Thundercats.
Yep. What you got?
Yeah, for Neil V4 Zod, a 3 Dragon Heads, and then for Venom, I'd give it 4.
Okay.
Solid.
All right. Ultimate Black Panther, 5.
Ooh, you get it a 5.
Yeah. I mean, I've been wanting to read a Black Panther story, and this has grabbed me to bring me.
Well, that's cool.
And then Madripoor Nights.
Don't be influenced by Bernie. Oh, yeah, I'm not picking it up.
2, man, because I was just.
Nick's over there going like this. 1. Nick's going 1.
I was let down by the interior. The interiors let me down.
Okay.
I think the story is going to evolve the way it should, but the interiors right now just I didn't like it.
Okay.
So Black Panther 5, Madripoor Nights Wolverine 2.
Okay.
So Black Panther was so good that it motivated you to read 2 comics in the same week.
I read 1 today during lunch.
Guess which one?
That would have been Wolverine.
That was
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so for me, the Madripoor Wolverine Adventure, I put right with you. It's a 2. I don't know. It was the artwork. It was kind of the story. It was kind of cheesy to me. It was very 90s for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, very 90s. And then I was at the end. I was like, oh, like you said, they put the hands together. And
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck?
it's a Chris Carter 90s thing, I guess,
It's,
right?
Hey, man, Whoa Bundy.
Captain Planet shit.
Yeah, right?
And as far as the Avengers Twilight, man, I got to give that like a 4.5. That's just
Yeah,
right.
I'm with him. I say
That's just
it's still delivering.
it's still delivering. Really good
delivering.
stuff. The Wolverine, I think I gave that a 4 before. I'll give that a 4.5. That's been on par and gotten better, like I said before.
I can concur with that.
And then Ultimate Black Panther. I gotta give Ultimate Black Panther for me. I guess because they set the bar so high for me for Ultimate X-Men. I mean, on the Spider-Man, I give that about a 4.
Yeah,
for
I
me.
can't. I
For
won't
me.
argue with that.
So, but yeah, so those are our reviews for this week. Sorry we weren't there last week. We had these 2 guys at MegaCon. And so, yeah, thanks, guys, for tuning in. Subscribe, hit like, comment. That's the biggest thing. Tell us what you want to see besides just reviews. We want to get more stuff, more content on here. If you're in the town, check out Cetus Comics online. You can find them on eBay and on Facebook. Mike, you got the Instagram. You had the toy thing before, right?
I ain't doing that shit.
Hey,
No
no
more.
shit. You just on here. Anyways, thanks for listening.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
You're tired of that? Just thanks for listening. And man, the couch is great. Thanks, Coke. Appreciate it. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Take care. God bless. And it's all about the comic community.
Bro, that shit wasn't recording.
Fuck.